Welcome to this explainer. So, if you've ever walked through a high-end gallery, stared at $1 million canvas, and wondered, wait, who actually orchestrates these massive sales? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're mapping out the exact career roadmap to becoming an art dealer, looking at everything from the personality traits you need to your potential earnings.
Here's our 5-step roadmap for today. We're going to define the role, map out the educational pathway, check out the top institutions for study, break down the costs and financing, and then wrap things up with a real-world success story. All right, Section 1, the art dealer defined, bridging art and collectors.
Think of an art dealer as basically the ultimate matchmaker. You aren't just a passive observer in the art world. You're the essential middleman, connecting the creative mind of the artist with the people and institutions looking to acquire art. Collectors, galleries, and museums. You're scouting the talent, negotiating prices, curating collections. Literally, you are the engine of the art market. But ask yourself right now, do you actually have the personality for this? Thriving in this role takes a pretty unique blend. Obviously, you need to like reading about art and consider yourself a creative person. But, and this is a big but, you also have to genuinely like selling things and want to start your own business. It's not enough to just love aesthetics, you gotta love the deal. It's that ultimate fusion of passion and commerce.
Moving right along to Section 2, the educational pathway, steps to success.
Okay, so how do you actually get there? The first step is straightforward. Complete your 10+2 in any stream. That keeps your options wide open. Next, you'll want to knock out a bachelor's in fine art or art history. But step 3 is where it gets really interesting. For your master's or postgrad diploma, you could stick with something like Indian art, sure, but a highly validated route is actually pivoting to marketing or sales. That business acumen is absolutely crucial in this industry.
Which brings us to Section 3, top institutions for study, where to apply. If you're wondering where to actually go for this, our source gives us a really solid list of options under the Department of Fine Arts. On the government side, you've got heavy hitters like Jamia Millia Islamia, Banaras Hindu University, and Punjab University. Or if you're looking at private institutes, places like Manipal, Amity, or Chandigarh University, just remember one golden rule. Always double-check that they have their UGC and AICTE accreditations before you even think about applying. Next up, Section 4. Costs and available financing, the financial reality.
Now let's talk money. The estimated course fee ranges from roughly 30,000 all the way up to 3 lakh rupees. Obviously, a government institute is going to sit on the much lower, more accessible end of that spectrum, while private institutes will push toward the higher end. But hey, don't let those numbers intimidate you right out of the gate.
Because there are so many avenues for financial support out there. You've got the National Scholarship Portal covering government, UGC, and AICT schemes. There are institute-based merit scholarships, general bank education loans, and you really need to check out the Vijay Lakshmi Loan Portal from the Ministry of Finance. It's an amazing resource. Oh, and fun fact, if you're studying in West Bengal, Odisha, or Bihar, they actually offer specific student credit cards for this kind of thing. Figuring this stuff out early is a total game changer. And on the flip side, what's the return on that investment? Well, according to PayScale data, you're looking at an approximate starting income of 25,583 rupees per month. Now, keep in mind, that is just your baseline. It's your launch pad. In this business, your earning potential scales up significantly once you start building out your roster of clients and artists.
All right, final stretch, Section 5, career reality and success story, the day-to-day and beyond.
Get ready to ditch the cubicle because this is emphatically not a standard desk job. Whether you're working in a museum, a gallery, or you're totally self-employed, you're going to be putting in 8 to 9 hour days, usually 5 to 6 days a week. And traveling is an absolute must. You're out there viewing art, meeting artists, schmoozing with collectors. You might even be working shift systems. Basically, the art world moves fast, and you got to be out there moving right along with it. The career trajectory itself is actually pretty straightforward. You transition systematically from an intern or assistant straight into a full art dealer role. It's a classic apprenticeship model. You're learning the ropes, building your eye, and most importantly, developing your network. Reputation is literally everything in this world, so you use that assistant phase to build trust before making the leap to full dealer. And to prove that this path actually works, our source highlights an amazing real-world example from the field. Frank Barthelemy, a Bangalore-based French art dealer. Frank's background is just wild. He originally worked in marketing, trading, and business development for massive corporate oil giants.
But during a sabbatical, he decided to really explore the Indian art scene. And boom, there was no looking back. He took all that corporate business acumen and used it to open his own company, Nogaya Home Deco. He is absolute living proof that a sharp business mindset is an art dealer's greatest weapon.
So, looking at this whole roadmap, from the financial reality to the constant travel and the hustle, it all comes down to one thing. Do you have the creative drive and the business mindset to actually bridge that gap between art and collectors? Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I really hope this roadmap helps you chart your own brilliant course in the art world.